As creatives, where do we work? Do we even have a regular working space? Where and how can we be most creative? And which working space is right for the different things we are creating? I travel a lot, so my office is actually wherever I need it to be. But I need at least one basic setup where I can come home to and know it's mine and it's there whenever I need it. And this is either in an office where I'm working for a longer period of time or at the place where I'm sleeping. So in this video, I want to show you how my permanent setups are, and if I travel there, that I basically just can come in and a minute later I can start working, even though I haven't visited that place for a longer period of time. To be able to do that, I basically have a heart, a soul. This is my 14-inch Apple MacBook Pro M1 Max. I have that laptop for about 2 years now. I just bought it when it came out for the first time. And since I have this laptop, it just got all easier for me. Because I used to have on my different anchor points, I used to have desktop setups, or I even had a time where I traveled with a Mac Mini to have a basic desktop setup. But now my MacBook Pro, my 14-inch, is the only computer I own. And it's the one I'm just using as my mobile computer, and I also use it as my desktop computer. So join me on a little journey throughout the world where I show you 4 of my working spaces. I'm starting in my Berlin-based company, which also produces my YouTube videos. Here I have a big room with a desk, a chair, and a sideboard in it. The desk is huge. So I have all the space I need, and the laptop has its own compartment here in my sideboard, which I just plug in with 2 cables, and my workstation is ready to go. Here I have a 32-inch bank monitor, the SW321C. It's a hardware calibrated monitor, so I have the best and most accurate colors here. This is the only hardware calibrated monitor I own, so I love to do grading here, and I love to do video editing here and photo editing here. It's a fantastic screen. On top of the monitor I have the Logitech Brio webcam. It's a 4K webcam. This webcam travels with me. I have this sometimes with me on my LA work desk, and also travel with the Logitech mouse. I have the MX Master 3 mouse. I use this mouse mostly for DaVinci Resolve because it has a middle wheel. I have a Magic keyboard from Apple and a Magic mouse. This one stays here. So when I come here, I just have to connect my computer and I'm ready to go. I have a Looptech CT console. This also travels with me wherever I go. I use this mostly for photo editing in Lightroom, and I also use it for color grading in DaVinci Resolve. The desk is a big desk. It's 1 to 2 meters, and it's from USM Haller. It's a Swiss brand, and I totally like this desk. It has 2 little holes carved out so I can store away all my cables. So I have a very clean workstation, and I really like it clean and empty so I can focus and concentrate to whatever I'm doing on my computer, on my monitor. My chair is also from a Swiss company called Giroflex. It's a chair I have for years. I love that chair. It's very comfortable. I have a Bose Companion 5 system with a subwoofer underneath the desk. I totally like the sound of that, mostly for listening to music. Of course, this is not optimal to do final mixes of my YouTube videos or my podcasts. I mostly, if I'm doing them here, I then use my headphones. I have also 2 printers here. I have a regular Brother office printer, a laser printer, black and white, and I have an Epson XP 15000. This printer is my photo printer. It's a color printer. It's a fantastic printer. It can print up to the paper size A3. Let's move on across the Atlantic to my LA work desk. This is my LA desk. When I come here, I just have to plug in my laptop and I'm good to go. Usually I'll have my keyboards and my mice I have here. I have here a laptop stand. I can't remember which brand it is. It's just from Amazon for $30. I have here a 5K LG monitor. I have a microphone arm, which is also a no-name brand from Amazon, the cheapest one I could get, with a Rode NT1A microphone for video conferencing, or I recorded my side of a podcast here as well. I have two newer LED lights I also use for video conferencing, or I already use them as well for YouTube stand-ups like this. In the middle I have a camera mount ready. I also have the Logitech Prio here with me. My permanent audio interface here is a Scarlett 2i2. I have two active speakers, the KRK Rocket RP5G4. Fantastic speakers. The desk is actually a very cheap desk. It's an Amazon desk. I have no idea what the brand is. It costed like $100. It's a very cheap fake wood thing. It looks wood, it's not wood. And chairs are very important for me because I work here for a long time, and my grandmother, who was a dental technician, always told me you have to have good chairs when you sit longer than an hour. So I sit way longer than an hour, so I invested in a good chair. Also can't remember the brand, and it costed about $350. So this setup is actually here for a few years now, and I have no intention to upgrade something here. It works perfectly. I can do everything. I did podcasts here, I did screenplays here, I programmed here, I edited my YouTube videos and mastered and rendered and everything. It's all, that's the workstation that is important. It's my laptop. So I did everything here, and I intend to keep on doing that for a long time. Let's move on to my other Berlin work desk. This now is my Berlin apartment work desk setup. It's also a desk from USM. I bought this used on eBay. I have here a Apple Studio display. For audio, I have active speakers from KRK, the GoAux 4. These are actually mobile speakers, but I have them pretty much set up here, and I rarely take them with me. This work desk is also set up for audio productions. I can attach my Rodecaster 2 Pro, and I then can do podcast recording, podcast mixing. I can do voiceovers for the YouTube videos, and I can do mix downs here as well, because the speakers are for YouTube videos or podcasts. They're perfectly fine. If I do audio recordings here, this is a perfect room for that because it's a small room, it's very dry. I just do a setup with my Shure 7MB, and I just put it on a table stand, and this works perfectly fine. It's set up within a minute. I have the Magic Keyboard from Apple here and the Magic Mouse. Those are the same I have in Los Angeles. They came with me this time because I like this one with the M1 Mac, because you can unlock your screen with your fingerprint. So the items that actually stay here are the monitor and the two speakers. Everything else I just put here when I need it. And when I do a job as a director, I have to go wherever it's happening. And then I am there for a few weeks, and I have to temporarily set up my stuff to have a good workplace. So if I do this in Europe and it's reachable by car, I'm taking the studio display and the two speakers with me. I'm actually off to Munich right now, where I'm going to direct a TV movie, and I'm going to show you my temporary setup in Munich. Well, this is my Munich setup, and you saw it took me like 15-20 minutes to set everything up. It took me a little bit longer to pack it in and put it into the car and get it out of the car and carrying up here. I had an elevator up here, thank God. So yeah, now I'm in this little apartment and I'm all set up to work. I brought here with me a mix from my Berlin work desk and my Berlin office desk. I have the studio display here from my work desk, and I have the GoAux 4 from KRK, the speakers I have here. Here I also set up the Rodecaster 2 Pro, so I can do voiceover stuff for my YouTube videos. I'm all set up here, of course, to edit and mix my YouTube videos now. I brought my favorite keyboard, my Apple Magic Keyboard, whatever, with the fingerprint possibility. I brought my two mices, the Logitech mouse and the Apple mouse. I also brought my Looptech CT, which always travels with me. And I brought those black silicone desk mats I use everywhere actually. I have some in LA, I have some on all of my desks in Berlin. Those are actually stationary there. This time I brought the ones from my office space because I'm not there the next 8 weeks, so I don't use them there. So I brought them here, and it's very comfortable for me because it's a glass table, and working on a glass table is not that comfortable. But now with those desk mats, absolutely no problem. I didn't bring my Logitech Brio webcam here because the studio display has a webcam, so if I have to do home office here and video calls here, I'm gonna do them with the studio display. It's not the best camera, but it's totally okay for me. These are my desks in 2023. It seems like a lot, but basically I have just a monitor and a keyboard stationary, and I travel with my laptop, my mice, and sometimes also my keyboard. Otherwise, I'm very comfortably set up. Wherever I go, I just come in, I put my laptop in the stand, and I just start working, and I can do anything. I can do from just basic office stuff to editing complicated videos, to sound mixing and everything. I always preach to reduce your stuff, reduce to the max, but as you know from my photography videos, I also own a lot of photography gear, which always travels with me, so I cannot have the same thing with my work desks. So the work desks have to be set up, and I can carry my camera stuff with me. If you're interested in how I travel with my photo gear, please check out the dedicated video I did on traveling with photo gear. What is on your desk, and do you have any tips for me how I can reduce my stuff that I don't have to carry around so much? I'm happy for every tip I get, so please write it in the comments below. If you like that video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I see you in the next video. Stay curious!